So you know how we all kick off a new year with very huge plans, right? We have all the goals, the intentions, the I'm going to crush it this year energy. But then life just hits. All the distractions are popping up and things get very chaotic. And before we know it, we're just trying to get by. I have totally been there. But here is what I realized. It's not about doing more and having the grandest goals. It's about doing what really matters in the grand scheme of things. So instead of focusing on one aspect of your life, like how much you would like to make or how you probably want six-pack abs, try shifting your gaze to how you would like to feel on most days for the majority of the year. So today I want to share 10 daily habits I am adopting this year that I believe is going to help me stay focused, grounded, and productive without feeling burnt out. If that's the vibe that you also want in your life, be sure to watch to the end of this video because habit number 9 is such a game changer. By the way, if you are new here, I'm Wendy, and on this channel, I talk a lot about productivity, about living intentionally, and just getting the most out of life. Whether that's through tips on managing career and business, or balancing family, or just making times for the things that really, truly matters. So if you are ready to make 2025 the year that you finally live with more ease, you get some clarity, and you feel like you've got it all together, then these 10 habits are for you. Habit number 1, put the phone away and read more books. Okay, let's talk about screens for a second. We're constantly on them, whether it's for work, it's for social media, or just scrolling aimlessly. So this year, I'm making it a priority to put down the phone and pick up a book because there's something so calming about disconnecting from the digital world and truly immersing yourself in a great story or learning something new from like a non-fiction book. That's my favorite genre. But most of us, myself included, we have our mobile phones with us 24/7. I know that we need those little time suckers to connect and do so many other things, but they are also incredibly distracting. I'm sure we all know this. But this year, I have decided to set clear boundaries with my phone because last year, I noticed how much time I was spending every day on this thing. Mindlessly scrolling. I would respond to emails instantly as soon as I get them, and I'm doing all the things at once. It was really affecting my productivity and most importantly, my personal relationships because there were moments when I'll be with my family or with my friends, but I wasn't truly present because I was glued to my screen watching somebody else's life, watching them live their best life. So this year, I've made it a priority, a big priority to put the phone away, especially during key moments like maybe family dinners or when I'm working on important tasks. And it's not just about reducing screen time, it's also about being intentional with my energy and my attention. And I found that even a short break from the phone really helps me to feel more focused, to feel less stressed, and more connected to the people and the tasks that matter the most to me. And I've also started to enjoy the simple things more, like a good conversation or really being present in the moment without the constant interruption of notifications. I know that it's a small change, but it has had a big impact on my overall well-being and also my relationships. And think about it, it's funny how we're always busy, but when you check how much time that you spend watching mindless content, it's actually insane. So my advice would be to try replacing some of that time with reading books. I've always been an avid reader, but lately with family and work life and constantly being distracted, it just takes me longer to finish a book these days. Like I would sit down and I would read a book for months. Sometimes like it would take me so long, but I personally set a goal this year to read at least one book a month. That way, I think that is more manageable for me, and I find that reading really sparks creativity and helps me unwind in a way that scrolling through my phone never could. So if you don't already, take advantage of the local library around you where you can find great books for free. And this is something that I love to do with my kids also, because that would encourage them to take an interest in books and reading as well. Habit number 2, audit systems. What worked and what didn't. This is something that I started doing last year, and I'm going to incorporate more of this in my life this year. At the end of the week, I take time to audit my system. So I ask myself what worked well and what didn't. It's a very simple but powerful practice that has helped me refine my routines and stay on track with my goals. So if you want to 10x your productivity this year, do this daily. Take out about 15 minutes in the evening and reflect or write down what things you did in a day that you want to do more of. And also write down what things do you want to stop doing that you did that day. So you can audit your work schedule, you can audit your interaction and different aspects of your day. So when I actually started doing this late last year, I realized that I was overcommitting to random things, but by auditing my schedule, I was able to make adjustments and focus on what truly matters the most. So habit number 3, practice deep work. Let's talk about one of my favorite habits that has made a huge difference in my productivity. It's called deep work. So I first learned about this concept from Cal Newport. He is one of my favorite podcasters and authors. If you haven't seen him before, go check him out on YouTube and on Spotify or wherever you find your podcast. And his insights on productivity and focus are absolute game changers. So the idea of deep work is simple, but it's powerful. It's about carving out time for uninterrupted, focused work on tasks that truly matter. No distraction, no multitasking, just pure concentrated effort for a period of time. So I used to think I was being productive because I would juggle like a million tasks at once. Maybe I'm checking emails, I'm responding to messages, I'm working on projects all at the same time. But honestly, I wasn't really getting much done. It was like my brain was constantly switching gears and I would end up feeling so drained without having much to show for it. But after discovering Cal Newport's work, I started blocking out time for deep work sessions. I would set aside a couple of hours, turn off my phone notifications. Sometimes I'll put it on do not disturb and just focus on one task. And let me tell you, the results are incredible. Not only do I get more done, but the quality of my work has also improved. And it feels so satisfying to finish a session and just see how much progress had been made. So if you're someone that struggles with distractions, or maybe you feel like you're always playing catch up, I highly recommend giving deep work a try. Start with just an hour a day and watch how your productivity and your peace of mind pretty much skyrocket. On to habit number 4, start each day with intention. One of the most powerful habits I have adopted is starting each day with intention. So before I jump into the chaos of emails and tasks, I take a few quiet moments to journal and to reflect. What do I want to accomplish today? That is a question you should be asking yourself every day. How do I want to show up for myself today? How do I want to show up for others today? So sometimes my intention is as simple as stay present or maybe be patient. Other days it's more specific, like maybe focusing on a particular project. And it's not about adding pressure, it's about aligning my actions with my values and my goals. So trust me, this few minutes can transform how your entire day unfolds. There was a time when I would just dive into work without a plan. And by the midday, I'll be feeling so scattered. Starting your day with a clear intention really help you stay focused and grounded, and it has made a huge difference in how productive I feel. Habit number 5, schedule downtime. So in a world that glorifies business, it's easy to feel like we always need to be doing something. Like we always need to be doing one thing or another. But here's the thing, rest is productive too. And scheduling downtime in your week, whether it's a quiet evening with a book or a hobby that you enjoy, or just sitting down and doing nothing, that could be very helpful. And for me personally, every Sunday evening, I like to take a couple of hours to unwind. Sometimes I do it a few times a week. It's my way of recharging before the new week begins or before the new day begins. And this little ritual has really helped me start my week and my day feeling refreshed without feeling drained, because that's the energy that I want this year. Because last year I used to feel guilty when I took breaks or when I tried to sleep in the middle of the day. It's just during those moments of rest that I often get my best ideas and solutions to some of my problems. So let's go to habit number 6. Set clear boundaries. Boundaries is a non-negotiable part of my life, whether it's work hours, social media use, or even personal commitments. I have learned over time that setting clear boundaries is key to maintaining balance and preventing burnout. One thing I've started implementing, one boundary, is I have started a no work after 6 p.m. rule. And let me tell you, that is just what I needed in my life, because sometimes I'll be working till 10 p.m., 11 p.m. This has helped me to feel fully present, to spend more time with my family, and to recharge, and also to protect my energy. And when I used to work late into the night, of course, I would wake up exhausted because I work late into the night. I wake up early because I have little kids, and it was just not good for me. But setting this boundary has not only improved my productivity, but also improved my general well-being. Let's move on to habit number 7. Prioritize your health, both your mental and your physical health. So this year, health is a top priority for me. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, the bustle, and forget about taking care of ourselves. But I've learned that when you are healthy, everything else falls into place. Health and spirituality is my most important thing. For me, this means regular exercise, even if it's a 20-minute walk, and making sure that I eat balanced meals and just keep my meals as clean as I can. And for my mental health, I like to take time to just breathe, to journal, to have space to do things for myself. It's these small daily actions that keep me grounded and energized. So this year, I'm definitely flipping the script. Health is non-negotiable. So simple routines like probably stretching in the morning, you don't have to do too much, or doing a quick meditation before bed, or reading your Bible before bed, or doing the things I usually do to relax before bed. It can really make a huge difference in your mental health, and doing the things also for your physical health will make you thrive this year. Habit number 8, simplify things. So simplifying has really become my mantra lately. Whether it's my physical space, my schedule, or even my goals, I've come to realize that less truly is more. You know how life can just get, cluttered? When we clear out those unnecessary, whether it's the stuff around you or mental clutter, we create space for what truly matters. Recently, I took a weekend to just declutter my workspace. Like, I have this little closet where I put work stuff. And let me tell you, the difference is like night and day. A tidy desk really does lead to a clearer mind. And it's not just about physical stuff. It's also about simplifying commitments, learning to say no to things that don't align with your priorities, and really focusing on what actually brings you joy and purpose. When I first started this YouTube channel, I had all these grand ideas of things I wanted to do. I wanted to be everywhere. I was posting on every platform, on TikTok, on Instagram, on everywhere, every day. Because, well, that's what everybody seemed to be doing, right? But it didn't take long for me to realize that that was really just overwhelming. It felt like I was constantly chasing without really enjoying the process. I had to simplify. I found a cadence that works for me, one that keeps creating enjoyable and not stressful. And now I focus on quality over quantity. And let me tell you, that has just, made me enjoy filming on YouTube more, because it's about doing what feels right for you without overcomplicating the process. And most times, just listen to your heart. You don't have to do what every other person is doing. Find what works for you. That definitely relieved all the pressure that I felt to film every day and show up every day, because I knew that with my 2 small children and with everything I have going on, that was not realistic for me. And that's what I want for you to simplify, focus, and enjoy the journey. Now we've gotten to habit number 9. This is plan ahead with flexibility. Of course, I'm a big proponent of planning. I've always been a planner. But this year, I'm also embracing flexibility because life happens and things don't always go as planned. So why? Definitely, I map out my week, my month. I've learned to adapt and not to be too hard on myself when things shift. So for instance, maybe I plan to work on a project, but I end up needing a nap. I end up needing a rest, a nap in the afternoon. I honor my body, because planning ahead gives me structure, but flexibility really allows me to stay sane and avoid burnout. Because there is so many times when I was just stressed out about sticking to my plan, sticking to my schedule, even when it wasn't working, even when my body was tired and wanted to rest. But this year, it's all about balance. Have a plan, but also be kind to yourself when things don't go exactly as planned, because it's all about progress, not about perfection. Nobody's trying to be perfect here. And my final habit is connect with loved ones, because in the hustle of our daily life, it's easy to lose touch with the people that matters the most. So this year, make it a priority to connect with your loved ones regularly. Call your mom, whether it's a quick call your dad, call your friends, your old time friend you've not heard from in a while. Set up a coffee date with your girlfriend, or just send a thoughtful text. And keeping those connections would really put things in perspective, because life is all about relationships, and nurturing them brings so much joy and fulfillment. It's something that I am committing to more intentionally this year, because nobody can do life alone. We all need our community, we all need our tribe, and I am personally making a conscious effort to stay connected. And it's not about the grand gestures, it's really about being present and showing up for the people that mean the most to me. So there you have it, guys. These are the 10 daily habits that I am embracing in 2025 to create a more productive and meaningful life. Always remember that productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters. So I hope these habits inspire you to reflect on what will make this year your best year yet. And I'll see you guys in the next video.